So when somebody takes Pahoti, a drug that brings you, you actually are brought an experience to see the entire universe. The only thing is that when the drug wears off, your brain, your mind takes over again, and you are this ego identity person. The Shiva, which is the primary force of the kundalini, it doesn't only reside internally, but it also resides in this unified field. Meaning that not only do I need to bring the universe within me, I now also need to see myself that I am the universe. Does everybody understand that? And that's a real stretch, because from the ego perspective, from the mind perspective, this is not possible. When you look at a jellyfish, you got to do this gradually and casually, and it's not something you do with great force. And the reason that I did Radha Ramana Hari was very purposeful. When you look at a jellyfish that moves like this, the energy of the kundalini, when it's left in its raw form, it's raw. That's why you feel this. Everybody goes through that, where you can feel this current. Eventually, it becomes like velvet. It becomes really soft and gentle. So when I meditate, I can feel the movement of this rising of energy. In the beginning, it's not something you should do and just continuously, where you almost grab the muscles of your buttocks and of your anus and you push the energy straight up and you release it. And the energy goes, and then you pull it up again. This is a more uncomfortable way to do that, but that's what a lot of yogis do. They keep pulling the energy from their base and their anus, and they keep pulling this energy up until, boom, it activates itself, until the kundalini. This is not something that is sustainable. When you Radha Ramana Hari, this energy starts to move by itself. So when you move this energy up in a very gradual way, visualize it, not by pulling it through your feet and by your buttocks or your anus, by just moving it up. Feel the momentum of that energy moving up. The internal world and the external world becomes one. It's almost like you got to start a battery. And so when you start to chant, put your CD in your car, when you start creating continuous, momentous experiences that keeps you in that, that's why we would play the tamboura. The tamboura creates the rhythm, the movement for the kundalini. So if you listen to it, it goes, these are the movements of the kundalini. You will find that when you really get really witness and quiet and you begin to become the witness of yourself, you can feel that energy moving. It's almost like your eyes are crossed and you can feel that energy moving. And that energy, when you can start guiding the energy to continuously, gradually move up, there's a point where it becomes self-sustainable. And you don't have to. It just moves on its own.